What's up guys, Jab here, back with a brand new video, and I wanted to do a little bit of a follow-up to a previous video that I just did talking about Rainbow Six Mobile and the official delay that we had heard about. If you missed that video, I highly recommend you check it out. That way you can get caught up to date with what's going on with Rainbow Six Mobile. But yeah, assuming that you have seen that video and assuming that you do know the news of Rainbow Six Mobile being delayed, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about what is going on with this game. Like, why is this game, a game that was announced basically 2 years ago now, and a game that has been in development now for 5 years? Like, what is going on with it to the point that they have been consistently delaying this game and they're not confident in actually releasing it? Now, I just want to point out, of course, all of this is going to be my own opinion. It's just, speculative and stuff. Nothing is, of course, definitive, but I do think that there are some pretty major issues with Rainbow Six Mobile, and I think that perhaps, basically off of these soft launches that they have done and stuff, I think they probably have the internal data that shows that people either didn't really resonate with this game or people just didn't really have an interest in it basically after playing it. I think there's a lot of reasons for that too. I think there's a lot of differences between Rainbow Six Mobile and Rainbow Six Siege, which of course the game is based on. That is one of the key things that I think, and it's something that I've seen a lot of people complain about. Why did they make it so much different compared to Rainbow Six Siege, even though, of course, this is supposed to be Rainbow Six Siege Mobile? One of the main differences that you can immediately spot is the art style as well as the character design and stuff. For some reason, they decided to stray away from the very realistic and very tactical feel of Rainbow Six Siege and instead opted for a much more, I guess you can say, cartoony sort of art style and stuff, and they even completely redesigned certain characters, and it kind of takes away a little bit of that visual part of the resemblance to Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, I don't really know why they did this. It feels like this is kind of an ongoing trend when we see certain PC franchises get translated over to mobile. For some reason, they always cartoonify it. They always sort of make it like a lot more lighthearted and just, I guess targeted towards a younger audience, which, to be fair, the mobile audience is of course younger and stuff, but the reason why these games got so popular on PC in the first place, it feels like some of these reasons they kind of ignore when they think about making that mobile adaptation. Rainbow Six Siege, a big part of it is the fact that it is so realistic, that it is so tactical, and with that is, of course, that visual presentation of it looking like it does, looking very realistic and having very realistic graphics and all that stuff. And then now you're playing the Rainbow Six, mobile version, and it kind of looks, it's super bright, it's super colorful, and it just doesn't have that same feel to it. And that goes beyond just visual presentation too. I don't want to try to make it seem like the reason why Rainbow Six Mobile is being delayed is because people don't like the art style and that's the only reason. No, there's a lot more to that, But when it comes to the actual gameplay itself, even that has kind of been cartoonified and has been made sort of, it's sort of been downplayed for the mobile audience and stuff. For example, when you see an enemy, they're highlighted in red to make it very obvious that, there is an enemy right there. That's something that isn't present in Rainbow Six Siege. Part of the whole experience of Rainbow Six Siege is being able to see like a slight pixel difference in colors when you see someone kind of, peeking the corner, and then that that's someone. And that's not something that we really have in Rainbow Six Mobile because there's just a big bright red outline on enemies when they're in your peripheral vision. Another thing is like visual cues when there are explosives or things like that. That's not something that we see in Rainbow Six Siege. You have to be, actually aware of your surroundings. You have to actually see traps that have been laid out and stuff. And then Rainbow Six Mobile just kind of completely just kidifies it and makes it so that everyone can see like, oh, there's an explosive right here that's been put onto this, this window or this door frame, because a little visual indicator is telling you that it's there even if you yourself did not see it. It's things like this that kind of downplay the experience, and also, in my opinion at least, kind of downplays the mobile audience and kind of makes it seem like, oh, they're too casual, they can't really handle the actual Rainbow Six Siege experience, which I don't think is true. I mean, they could very well make a actual real tactical Rainbow Six Siege style game on mobile too if they wanted to. I mean, we've seen other games do that hardcore tactical experience approach. For example, Arena Breakout, which has been extremely successful in this last couple of years where a lot of games have not been as successful. and that game does not kidify it for you. It pretty much feels like Escape from Tarkov on mobile. Of course, there are some, some differences and stuff, but for the most part, Arena Breakout is a very hardcore tactical shooter, and people really like it, and they didn't have to really downplay the experience just because it's like, oh, it's just mobile gamers, they can't handle it or nothing. I feel like that's kind of what Rainbow Six Mobile is doing. They're kind of downplaying the Rainbow Six Siege experience for the mobile audience, and it kind of feels a little bit weird. There's also a bunch of other issues, right? There's server issues. People have been complaining about the ping and stuff like that even before they started taking off some of the servers and stuff when they made that whole announcement. There was a lot of ping issues. There were a lot of, network issues and stuff like that. There's even optimization issues. When I was recording, my phone was heating up like crazy after just 20 minutes of playing 2 games. So, there are definitely a lot of actual issues with the game that they need to work on. But when it comes to certain things like the gameplay, the visuals and things like that, it just kind of feels like a really, really dumbed down kid version of Rainbow Six Siege, which I personally did not want, and I don't think a lot of other people wanted. The reasons why we fell in love with Rainbow Six Siege in the first place on PC and consoles was because it was so tactical, was because it was such a skill-based hardcore shooter and stuff, and Rainbow Six Mobile just doesn't really have that same feeling, at least in my opinion. I really do hope that since they have delayed the game and they are sort of taking in player feedback and reworking the game, if that's the correct word to use, to actually go ahead and make this good. I really do hope that they really make this Rainbow Six Siege, but on Android and iOS. I don't hope that they continue with what they have done so far with Rainbow Six Mobile. I don't want to play a kidded down version of Siege. I want to play Siege, but on my phone. I don't want to play, this game that's super bright and super colorful and, it just holds my hand and highlights enemies for me and tells me where, danger is on the map, even though this is supposed to be a hardcore CQB and stuff like that. I don't want that experience, and I think a lot of you guys don't want it either. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know what you think is the problem with Rainbow Six Mobile. What issues do you have with the game? What do you hope they actually fix? Very interested in hearing what you guys have to say about this whole thing. But with all of that being said, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.